You got your Mad Max in my hive world. It's Necromunda Ash Waste. Hey everybody, Adam Harry here, and I have in front of me Necromunda Ash Waste. I am so pumped to get in here. This still has the plastic wrap on it. We just got it in the studio. I have not opened this. I know what's in here because I've been following along so closely, but I haven't got to actually physically see it yet, and I'm super pumped. If you're not familiar, Necromunda Ash Waste is taking the game of Necromunda outside of the hive into the Ash Waste, as the name would have you believe. And this is pretty exciting because this is like a major expansion for the game. We're adding vehicular combat. There's new vehicle rules. There's new vehicle dice. Perhaps more importantly, we get a new gang, warband, crew, whatever you want to call them, the Ash Waste Nomads. And then we also get a bunch of new stuff for the Orlocks in here, along with a super awesome looking terrain kit. So now that I've stalled enough time, let me go ahead and pop this bad boy. And this might be weird, but I kind of like the smell of all that plastic. Yeah. Can you smell that at home? No? Yeah, that'd be weird if you could. Let me just move that to the side. All right, taking it from the top. This is all, again, freshly opened. First up, templates. Did you miss these? I kind of don't. But they're here. They're still in Necromunda. If you really missed them, go to town. You got your flamer template, small, large blast. Brings back some memories, though. Tell you what. Right, Matt? Yeah. Moving on from there, we have more than a couple terrain sprues, which I'll go over here in a moment. Again, this box, you can see pretty wide, very full of terrain sprues. So, again, giant pile of terrain sprues. I'll go over those in a second. We also have the Dustback. That's one of those. Those Ash Waste Nomads, we'll go over those too. I'm trying to separate it out so I can tell what's what. More Dustback, that's probably the other sprue for them. More Nomads. My boys, the Orlocks here. Okay, that's one sprue of them. Two sprues of them. We've got one of the vehicles. This was the new part of the quad, the Orlock quad. And then we've seen this sprue before, I believe. This is like the accoutrement sprue with just random barricades or some crates and objective type stuff. So that's all of the sprue in the box so far. Then we've got your little art piece that you can hang up in your hobby room. I really think they put this in there just to protect the extra contents from like getting damaged from the sprue spiky bits and stuff. So spiky pointy things. We've got a play mat. So this is not a cardboard play mat. I'll open this up real quick. This is like a poster board thing. I know a lot of folks were curious about whether this would be, I know it's double-sided, but whether or not the playmat would actually be like a cardboard board or a poster board type thing. This looks like a poster board, and you've probably seen one of these before. Again, very good-sized playmat, and it is, of course, double-sided. Kind of have like a nighttime, maybe, sort of thing going on here. It's like folding up a map, though, because once you unfold it, good luck refolding it. I'm just going to lay it over here for now. It might fall. It's fine. We've got the instructions. This is construction guide and introductory gang lists, which is kind of cool. I'm curious about what's in here in terms of... This is like a... So, construction stuff, but then actual game rules here. Some for the gang list. So this has extra skills, it looks like. Extra equipment. I'm wondering if it has any of the rules in here for... Okay, don't see any vehicle rules yet. Okay, personal equipment, ash clothes and stuff. This is kind of an expansion extra thing here because... Got the big rulebook. And I want to be careful here. There are some very handy tokens, which you'll want for your games. Pull those out. So we've got the quick reference sheets. There's plural 1, 2, 3. That's the count. No, there's 3 quick reference sheets. So, and from what I can tell, these are all the same. So it's interesting there's 3 of them because like normally there's, I don't know, you don't really play 3-player games of, I don't know, you might. Necromunda games. But there's the tokens. So we've seen these kind of similar before. Move all this stuff to the side here. And then the rulebook. This is a big hardback rulebook. Let me check how many pages is in here. How many pages? 176. So pretty good size. And I want to double check. We'll probably pause here in a second. I want to double check something. I do see some vehicle rules in here, so that's good. But I don't know if it's got like the stats for all of the vehicles or just the ones included. We'll find out. There's this little cardboard protector thing. And then we get bases. More bases for vehicles. And the Helamites. We got a rangefinder, aka a ruler. We've got the new dice, which include your old dice for like rapid fire or like ammo checks. The scatter die, which is an old friend. Some plain old D6s with the Necromunda symbols on it. And then the new vehicle dice. And they come in black and or yellow. So, and then a bunch of cards that you'll probably be using for various stuff within the game. So you get a giant fat stack of cards too. There was an extra base in there. And these little pegs off the template sprues. But that's everything in the box. Nothing else. Yeah, let's, I'm going to pause real quick and then we'll go through some more sprues. Alright, so I have kind of organized some stuff and we'll kind of run through the logical groups real quick. I want to start with the rulebook. I know a lot of folks were wondering if the vehicle stats and stuff are actually in the book. I did not find them in the few minutes I had to scan through the book. A lot of the rules are going to be on the cards, which I put away already. Their stats and whatnot. You can also find the new stuff from the box, so the Orlock quad and the Duskmites for the Ash Waste Nomads in this booklet. So you want to hang on to this. I know a lot of times folks tend to just chuck the construction, the instruction stuff away, but you'll want that because it does have your Orlock updated gang list here, and it also has their vehicle stats for the quads in here. So I know a lot of folks are asking, hey, what about the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler? It's not in here because the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler isn't in this box, and it's not in the rulebook because that's like going to be its own thing. So we found out, actually, as of filming earlier, we found out that there's a new book coming called the Book of the Outcast or of the Ash Waste or something. It's a new expansion book that'll cover all of the vehicle rules. Also has squats in it, but that's beside the point. So this book doesn't have those rules in here, or the stats in here. It does have rules, though, on how to use all that. It also has all the updated tables, new missions, new scenarios for you to play through, new post-game sequence stuff because you're out in the Ash Waste. You get the gist of it. You're going to want this book. It's also the most up-to-date version of the Necromunda rules, and you'll want to double-check this with whatever FAQ is out at the time for Necromunda, but you're good to go here. So, Necromunda, boom. That's the core book. Next, let's talk about the train set. Already mentioned this sprue here. This is just the extras. We've seen that sprue before. It's got the tentacle and crates and whatnot on there, so we've seen that before. I want to talk about the HAB pod construction thing, the Ash Waste HAB pod. So, it's a couple of different sprues. This is what you use to build the new buildings, the new style buildings. If you want to do a settlement from the Ash Waste or something like that, it's just a really neat looking terrain piece. They've got these really cool walkways and platforms and everything like that. So this all works together. You could probably, I like the little tarp too. I think that's a nice touch. You can probably combine that with the marketplace to set up like a HAB colony with like a trading spot or whatever, or however you want to do it. This is some excellent terrain. I can't wait to play around with this stuff and figure out how modular it is. It looks like it's also compatible with the Zone Mortalis Imperialis, Sector Imperialis. I forget the name of it exactly, but a lot of this stuff looks very similar, which just makes sense because it's all Imperial terrain, right? So there's a couple of these sprues. So looks like we've got 3 of one set of sprue. We've got 2 of the walkway sprues. We've got 2 of the big HAB sprues, so you can build 2 HABs, and then this extra sprue with extra doodads and railing and like power generator things. So that's pretty cool. So a lot of really cool terrain in this box. It's a great way to expand out if you are playing ash-based campaigns. Going to be very, very useful. Let's move over and talk Ash Waste Nomads. These, you get 2 sprues for the new Ash Waste Nomads. This will probably be also the same set from the Ash Waste Nomads Ganger box that's coming out. It's 2 of the same sprue. So if you were wondering about that, basically 1 new sprue with all their cool stuff. Lots of customization options on here. I really love the look of the Nomads with their cloaks, and they're all covered up. Like, they have no exposed skin. It's very mysterious. They're almost bug-like to me in that sense. Like, what's under those cloaks? Is it 2 dust mites stacked on top of each other type of a thing going on? But it's probably not. But still, very cool. A very great addition to the game, and I'm looking forward to putting these bad boys together and making my own Nomad gang. And of course, we can't not mention the dusk mites, which are the big bug things that they ride. You get 2 of the same sprue for those. The riders, again, go on top. You can customize them and tweak them to make them look unique and different. More head options on here too. It's just neat, man. Like, this is such a cool new type of a thing for Necromunda, but also for 40k. These are not, I play Tyranids. These are not Tyranids. They're very, very different. They are more insect-like than Tyranids are. Their armor plating is very different. They don't have they have exoskeletons, so it's very different than the Tyranids, who have a combination of chitin and muscle and fibers and stuff like that. So very different style of creature. And it's fun to see, just, again, the ash waste getting expanded in Necromunda. So very cool there too. Also, we have the new quad, which I believe, are these 2 separate ones? No, this is 2 of the same again. So you'll be able to build, I believe, 2 quads with these 2 sprues. With, again, plenty of head options to do different looking things. I think there's 3, 4 heads. And there's only 2 crew per thing. So if you have extra heads from the Orlock sprues, you can mix and match, I'm sure, with the different guns and everything like that. So this looks like a lot of fun to build too. I like that it's got like knives on the front on the sprue, because like big blades that you're clearly going to be running stuff over with these quads, right? And not just using them as like weapon platforms to shoot from. At least I'm planning on running stuff over. So cool stuff. I'm excited to see what other gangs get in terms of vehicles, but those aren't in this box, so don't worry about that for now. And then finally, in terms of sprue, we get the Orlock Ganger sprues. If you have an Orlock gang, these are the same sprues from that box. You get 2 of those too, so you can expand out even further. I'm planning on hanging on to these sprues for vehicle conversions later, because I already have a whole Warlock game built and assembled. So I don't need more Ganger bodies unless I wanted to have like an obscene amount of Orlock Gangers, I guess, like 40 at this point. I'm going to use them for vehicle conversions. I'll be chopping bits up to put them on, replace like Gene Stealer cult bits probably, but that's just me because I'm stealing those vehicles. But that's all of the sprues and the rulebook. So earlier I mentioned the Book of the Outcasts. What I meant was Book of the Outlands, which was just announced as of filming this. However, we did actually do a video, which you can watch if you click the thumbnail on your screen, for Book of the Outcast, which is a really cool expansion for Necromunda. So go check out more Necromunda stuff. I'm Adam here from Bulls. See you next time.